there is the story here that people from the global south, not only Africa, the global south, want to come here and take our money. And that's what, people in power try to say. And it's, I think, to hide that we are still exploiting Africa, like the resources from the global south. We're still taking them. And then at the same time, we're pointing at the people who try to have a better life.
I'm a king. Yes, I'm a king.
This is Femi Show for Africa Web TV, and welcome to the African Narrative Podcast. Today, we are at the Sphinx Festival somewhere in Belgium, and we are just freestyling about things African. We're talking with Africans, we're talking with Europeans, but the focus is Africa. My next guest is Marilyn.
Yes.
Marilyn is a Belgian lady who went to Ghana for the first time in January this year, spent 5 weeks in Ghana. Tell me, when you got to Ghana, what was your first thing, positively or negatively, that you said like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this?
I think I went there because I'm a youth worker, and Ali is too. And we went to visit a friend there, and we saw some places where they also work with youth. So it was nice to exchange. I think what surprised me in a positive way is how youth work is organized there. In Belgium, we get fundings by the state. So when we have to, we get the money, and then we have to make some things, like we have to do some stuff to make the government happy with what we are doing, and they want to give us the money. In Ghana, it's not that. Like, people just do the youth work on their own. And I like the creativity, how they do it, combining tourism with youth work to get it funded, right? So I think that was very nice to see, because I think we have way more contact with our politicians than in Ghana. I think their youth workers talked a lot about politicians not listening to them. And we have a lot of contact with our politicians. But I think because of that, we are also getting the fundings of them. We also try to make them happy all the time and not just do what we want to do. And so I think for me, that was the biggest inspiration that I got there. Like, okay, we don't need politicians all the time, and we can also be creative on our own and do our stuff.
But without the politicians, you don't have the funding.
Yeah, but we can also try being more creative and get money from elsewhere instead of only making politicians happy.
So what I'm hearing is you went to Africa, you went to Ghana in this case, and you saw things Belgium can learn from Ghana.
Yes, of course. I went there to learn also.
Yeah. So that's the positive thing. What other things did you see that you thought like, I wasn't expecting this?
I don't think there wasn't like really things that I thought I wasn't expecting this, but the thing that you learn about Africa and you go there and see it is a different level.
Give us one example.
I think what shocked me the most was, if I compare it to Belgium, was the clash between rich and poor. I think in Belgium, of course, there are also a lot of very rich people, money-wise, but we don't really are in contact with them. They live in places and they don't like to mingle with the poor people. And in Ghana, you saw very big mansions next to people who were living almost on the street, and it's mingled more. So then you get a lot of the, very big clash, I think, I don't know what is the most nasty thing, like living in your big mansion next to people that are almost starving, or trying to hide and not getting in contact with people that living more in poverty. I don't know. I'm still figuring that out yet.
I've never seen it the way you describe it now. I think, wow, that's true. Those rich people, we just leave them to live wherever they want to live. We don't mingle with them.
No. You only you see those mansions when you drive through their places like once in a while when you have to get somewhere and then you think, whoa, what are these houses doing here? But it's way more separated.
As a European coming to Ghana for the first time, how did you feel that the people in Ghana treated you?
The people in Ghana, they have a very warm heart. So I felt treated very open. I feel very welcomed. But I think the way where you want to go to is also that, I was like an attraction or, there were a lot of children wanted to get in contact with me. And then, I was there also with Ali. And so they all thought that Ali was this famous hip hop artist and I was his white woman. And then they wanted to be on the picture with him. I had fun sometimes with that.
Actually, I don't think, maybe some of them will think that way. I think probably it's just because you're white. It has nothing to do with Ali at all. Or they will, on the...
Ali, if he had a YouTube channel or if he was an artist. So it was because what they asked him.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to say. Ali was just, they will put their own spin on Ali. They will probably think Ali is lucky, he's with a white person and all of that. So they will put any spin to fit their own story. So
It's also possible, of course, yes.
On the other hand, how did they treat Ali, who is black from Somalia? How did you think they treated him in Ghana?
The people generally, they were all very sweet and kind to him. I think it was more the police because he had dreadlocks. He said sometimes, I had to show my identity card more in Ghana than I did in Belgium. And I think because we went there as friends, but everybody thought that we were a couple. So, the men left me alone, but I think I caused Ali more trouble because the police thought, someone with dreadlocks and then, and a white woman. So he has money and probably he's smoking weed. So he was bullied a lot by the police because of me.
Do you feel any difference in the way that people of Ghana, for example, in this case, treat a foreigner and versus the way people in Belgium will treat a foreigner?
Definitely, yes. Of course, I was called Abruni. Abruni, yes. But it's because they see you as a special person. They also one time I was on a boat, and there was a woman asking me who built the ship. And I say, I don't know. And then she took my leg and she said, you built this ship. So I say, no, I don't have anything to do with this because the boat would sink if I would build it. But I think, if you hear the stories here of black people in Europe and how people treat them here, you've been treated like you're less than a human. And with me in Ghana, it wasn't that. It was like I'm a smart, intelligent person. I have money. So the clash is I would love that African people coming to Europe here are welcomed as much as white people are welcomed in Ghana.
Where do you think the fear comes from that people here are fearful of allowing people from Africa to visit? Some of those rich people you are talking about in Africa that you saw, some of them cannot come to Belgium. They will be refused visa.
Well, we have a very long history together, of course. There is the story here that people from the global south, not only Africa, the global south, want to come here and take our money. And that's what, people in power try to say. And it's, I think, to hide that we are still exploiting Africa, like the resources from the global south. We're still taking them. And then at the same time, we're pointing at the people who try to have a better life.
Yeah. Because what's wrong with people wanting to have a better life?
Nothing. But I would love that people all over the world would have a good life there and just travel because they want to experience the world and not because it's needed to.
If Europe will give as much as they are taking away from Africa, no African will want to come here.
Of course, because you have the sun all the time. There are so many richness in the nature and the resources that are there in Africa. So it would be a way better life there than it's here.
And also you have this new theory going all around that people are just trying to erase the white race. That's a theory that is gaining momentum, and people are like, in 20 years' time, the white race will not exist. So, and there is a group of people trying to make sure the white race does not exist. That's why they want to import people from everywhere.
They not only afraid of the white race being erased, but also the white culture that is like that we can't practice that white culture anymore.
What's the white culture?
Well, I don't know. It's slagers and eating food without spices, probably.
Talking about food without spices, did you eat anything spicy in Ghana?
Ghana is very spicy. It's very spicy. Yeah.
Everything. Even the water is spicy.
No, the water is not.
And how did you survive 5 weeks eating spicy food?
I managed to do it. I asked sometimes, can you put the spice on the sides? And then I will put it on myself to...
This is the Africa Narrative Podcast. My name is Femi Shuewu for Africa Web TV. Today we are at this beautiful festival in Belgium where a lot of artists all over the world are playing. Black Uhuru is going to be here tomorrow from Jamaica. There are artists from all over the world. It's a free festival. It's one of the few free festivals left in Europe, and the atmosphere is really very friendly and very chill and relaxed. Is there anything you may want to add?
Yeah, maybe about the festival.
Yeah.
Some critical points.
Okay.
In Europe, we talk about our music, and we will define it as classical music or other genres. And then what you name now, all the other music we call world music. And this Sphinx said it's a world music festival. And I think we have to start defining more what we mean with different genres of music.
So how can you, as a European, address that? How can you try to change that?
Me, myself, maybe start organizing a festival then.
A festival that you have world music. Just define it by their real name.
Yeah, how would we call it then?
Yeah, you can have a world festival and then say you're gonna have
have more, and then have more also European acts on it.
Yeah, because also European is totally diverse also. What is European music?
Yeah, and what is European music? Because all the genres you said now, it originally comes from black music. Don't forget that.
Originate from the black people. Because now we are hearing that country music is also originally black. I will never think of that.
Yeah, it's exploitation, right?
We need people like you, people like we've spoken with, to try and change the world. For some of it's not going to happen in my generation. No. I doubt if it's going to happen in your generation.
I heard a woman saying you just have to pass the stick, and every generation you just pass the stick. At the end we will come there, or the world will burn at that time. But we will see. We do our best.
Thanks for talking with me. My name is Femi Shuewu. We'll take a break now and come back in a few moments.
I'm a king. Yes, I'm a king. I think I'm a king.